Hey there guys and gals, it's restocker here coming at you with another Dota 2 video. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. And today I'll be covering a relatively abusable trick that you can do with Tiny on the dire side, where you toss your allied creeps up here and you essentially deny the opposing safe laner a lot of gold and EXP. The first time I actually saw this was on Gork's stream. There was a Tiny player on the enemy team and he was playing Spectre, I believe. And he just was missing a range creep every wave. So for the first like 3 minutes, he just didn't see a range creep. And I didn't really see this being posted anywhere or explain how to do the trick because there are some small nuances to it, which is why I'm kind of have a little bit of a preface before I actually show you how to do it. So the first step is you want to get whoever your lane mate is or whoever intends on helping you do this trick to come and nestle up very closely to this cliff here. You want to get very close and just have them stand there. Now the next thing is you can't simply be stationary and toss the creep. So for example, let's get into toss range here. So let's say toss range is about here. You can't just be stationary and toss the creep. If you do that, the creep will land somewhere outside of the cliff for some reason. I'm not quite sure how that works. So you want to have a little bit of a forward motion as you are tossing the creep. My favorite spot to stand is right here on this little bush looking thing. And I wait for the creeps to come by. It takes a little bit of practice, but the range creep does kind of lag behind a little bit. So you want to wait for all the creeps to go, you move forward, and you can toss the creep up there. Now, once the range creep is here, you can have your lane mate, whoever it may be. Maybe it's just the position 4 player. They can start roaming around if they choose to do so. If it's your lane mate, you can have your lane mate go lane because you no longer need them. You have this creep up here to already help you. Now, once the creep's up there, it becomes significantly easier because all you have to really do is wait for the range creep to come, and now you can just toss it very easily. Wait for all the melee creeps to go by and toss. And you can see the trick is relatively easy to do once you've gotten the hang of it. Now the benefit of this obviously is that the creeps are going to start pushing towards your lane, towards your tower, because you don't have a range creep, they do. It becomes significantly easier for your position 3 player typically to get a lot of EXP and gold this way. And at the same time, you're denying gold and EXP to your opponent. Now on the Radiant side, the trick is essentially the same. We just have to identify new markers because obviously now we're on the Radiant side. So once again, get the person assisting you to nestle up very closely to that cliff area. The new marker that I like to use is kind of staying on a diagonal slant to that tree there. And as for Tiny himself, we have 2 little yellow buds. I like to stand in that empty space. And once again, as the range creep comes to you, you move forward, keep that momentum and toss very much like we did on the dire side. So again, you can potentially pick greedy heroes because of how the creep wave now functions. It's constantly pushing into you, so you can get away with some pretty wonky tactics. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, GG as always.